Asthma has increased significantly over the past decade. Currently, both Indiana and Kentucky have rates higher than the national average. About 9% of Hoosiers have asthma, and Kentucky is third in the nation with a rate of 9.7%. Not only have asthma rates risen, but the severity of attacks have also become harsher, with asthma hospitalizations in Indiana alone increasing by almost a third since 2000. Climate change is thought to also be influencing these increasing rates of illness and hospitalization, and will continue to contribute to longer allergy seasons, more ozone alert days, and less relief for asthma sufferers.
Hi, my name is Haley and I have asthma.
I use my preventative one in the mornings and at night, and this is like, you would squeeze it and like this is the sound it would have to make.
It's never actually completely closed off to where she can't breathe, it just makes it really hard.
Sometimes it really affects my lungs and like sometimes I'll have pneumonia. It feels like there's like a weight sitting on my bronchial tubes and it's really hard to just breathe.
When it starts getting her, because we say she says it gets me, and we say it gotcha. It just got the best of her.
One day I was in gym and we had to run laps and we were running really quick and it like just caught me and I had to go take my inhaler and my other friend came with me because she was really worried. Sometimes I feel really disappointed because I really like school, and sometimes I just want to go no matter what, and I don't care if I'm sick, I just want to go because I like learning a lot.
Stay-at-home mom Monica has been suffering from asthma since she was 2 years old.
Mostly it just like if I'm very active, I have to watch it because I'm set off by not only allergens but activity and weather. So it just really depends on what my day-to-day thing is. My airway's closing off, it's heavy and hard to breathe. I'll cough a lot, sometimes almost to the point of passing out. It can get pretty bad. In town, you get more of the from the cars, the pollution from the cars. Out here, it's, you know, all the trees and grasses, like I said before. So I mean, it's just one trigger for another, is basically what you're trading. I think a lot of people don't realize the strong colognes that they wear, or you know, even the having animals in their house. If they want you to come over and they have those animals, it's hard because you have to, you know, take medicine that either knocks you out or makes you feel foggy or something, just so you can go spend time with them. I don't have any animals other than the bird in the house and the fish.
I'm only allergic to one thing, and thank God it's not my animals.
I don't allow smoking in my house. I keep the cigarette smoke away from her.
Sometimes, like in the summer, the heat's really hard on like when I'm start running around, it'll start making me trying to have asthma really bad. And when that happens, I tell my mom and we go inside and I get my inhaler and then I take it and then it's like I'm fine.
The air will feel heavier, or it'll feel like, especially if it's really humid, then that really bothers me. And I'll, you know, like I won't mow the grass in the summer if it's, you know, the ozone's high or the humidity's high.
Really, I just try to keep her inside when they tell you that the ozone's bad, and keep it elderly and the sick and the young and things like that. I usually try to keep her in.
I do sometimes miss going outside on certain days.
I pretty much stay in the house. My allergist says I have to have a car with air conditioning and my home has to be air conditioned, and I'm not ever to open my windows on my house because we live out in the country, so all the pollen's from the trees, the grasses, the dust, the cornfields and such, he doesn't want that coming in.
I think it affects her a little bit more when when the pollen's up high, or when, like I said, when it's hot outside. I try not to, if she goes outside, I try not to let her go too long.
When I was a kid, I took a tablet twice a day. Now it's pretty much inhaled medications, and then one tablet as needed.
Puts a toll. You got to remember to take inhalers with you everywhere you go. She goes with friends to movies or to the park or anything. Make sure she's got an inhaler with her at all times. It's affected us a lot, especially being in and out of the hospital.
I don't like getting shots and getting the IVs put in. That's the part I hate the most about it.
We've been there 3 times.
Yes. And it's all around Christmas and I hate it.
Yep, we've been there twice at Christmas time and once this past January. And she's in for about 3 to 4 days. I have to give her breathing treatments every 3 hours. She doesn't like them at all. She doesn't like them at all. And it's hard, but it's something she has to do.
I have a rescue inhaler that I use, as needed, but very rarely do I have to use it when I'm away from here. My allergist took a picture of the United States and he drew a cross coming down and across, and he said that where we're at is pretty much the worst place you can be. He said if you go north, south, east, or west, or better yet, northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast, you'll be considerably better. Like Alaska. They have all the trees for the pollen, but the air's a lot cleaner there because it's more sparse, so they don't have all the air pollution from the cars and the industry and such.
Really, she's never been anywhere other than here. We've been to Illinois, but that's only a couple hours away, but no climate difference. She hasn't been anywhere. We're actually getting ready to take a trip to Florida, so maybe we'll see the difference there.
So when a lot of people think of air pollution, what comes to mind is maybe seeing a factory with a lot of smoke coming out of the stacks, or being behind a big truck in traffic and seeing the exhaust come out. But really, a much more dangerous form of air pollution actually comes from environmental tobacco smoke, or secondhand smoke. People come in contact with it a lot more, and it's actually a pretty easy thing to avoid if you'd like to. There was a study done in Italy that actually showed that the level of fine particle matter emitted from a diesel engine is actually far less than the amount that tobacco smoke emits. So what they did is they measured the amount of fine particles in the air in a garage with a 2-liter diesel engine, and then they measured the amount of fine particles in the environment from 3 cigarettes that were lit for 30 minutes. And what they found was the amount of fine particles in the air was 10 times greater from the cigarettes. So, a lot of people don't realize just how dangerous environmental tobacco smoke can be. So last year, the CDC conducted a nationwide study that looked at the health effects after a smoking ordinance was put into place, which would include bars, restaurants, workplaces, things like that. And what they found was, on average, heart attack admission rates to hospitals went down 15%. And in some areas, they even decreased as much as 46%. But based on how the study was conducted and the differences within the smoking ordinances, the number that they fell on as a good average was about 15%.